October 16th.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. How you doing? I'm Manny Vitale, part of the team, co-host of Music and Mayhem, and that must mean only one thing. The other part is missing.
Uh-oh.
So, without further ado, the man, the legend himself, Skyler Ray, in the house.
What up?
It's like, there he is, the man. I tell you. Then I just looking at that back, with the, because you're in the studio now, right?
I'm in the booth. Yeah, I'm in the
You're in the booth. I tell you, that mic yesterday when we were chit-chatting, that stuff is so cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's a nice mic. I like it. I need to figure a way to be able to do it from my phone as well. We got Dan Gibson in the building already.
Oh, and you know what? We actually cannot forget. Let's see, is Thing? Where's Thing?
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Right there, I think.
Hey.
And then there she goes, fixing her mic. Yeah, see that? Bam, there she goes. You know what? You just knew something was going to.
Hi, guys.
Messing up.
Now the laugh goes.
I'm new at this.
I can tell, but it's okay. We got you.
Thank you. You got my back? Good.
Oh,
Absolutely.
my God.
I love it.
So, of course, we got OG as well.
Yeah.
And we are back together for another episode of Music and Mayhem. And it's always such a blast getting together and chit-chatting and all that good stuff. And, of course, for everyone who's concerned right now, yes, Pound Cake is in the house.
Yes.
She will be making her appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And Susie is also in the house, but she doesn't like the camera as much as Pound Cake. Susie likes to chow. Yeah, so we're going to let her chill. And before we get this thing rolling, man, OG, you got anything?
I'm already responding to
There you go.
I'm on the job.
She's going to be popping in and out, so bam, she gone.
Yeah.
OG taking care of everything. She's on top of it.
Oh, you know what? I give her shit. And I mess around a lot, but with all seriousness, man, with everything that has been happening in the last year and a half, that she has taken over the admin responsibilities. Yeah. I tell you what, I mean, we do kid around a lot, but everything that she is now responsible for is ridiculous, especially now between what's going on with us in New York and with us in Connecticut. And I mean, everything I do, I just say, talk to OG. Talk to OG.
By the way, Ginger says I need a raise.
They say behind every success story is a strong woman.
Hey, I tell you what, man, and she's kicking ass and doing a great job, so I appreciate all her help. And who said what? Ginger, Dan.
We got Ginger in the building. Dan ain't been feeling well, so prayers out for Dan.
I saw that, man. Actually, Katie, too. Katie and Little Man, they got some little bit of illness going on over there, so we got to send some Music and Mayhem, positive thoughts and prayers.
Hold the mayhem. We'll just send the music. Hold the mayhem.
Mayhem for another day.
Hold the mayhem. But everyone who's popping on here, you see your comments and all that. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, anything at all for Skyler or myself or OG, she is going to be responding to anything. But if there's any specific questions, we are going to address them. So you are not going to be ignored.
No.
Absolutely. We'll make sure we got you covered. And if you guys are tapping in, make sure you guys give us a share, whatever platform you guys are on. I always go back afterwards. I notice because I got the comments loaded up over here to the right, but it doesn't always show everything. Because if I go to my Skyler Davis page, I always see 40, 50 comments. Then if I go to my Skyler Ray page, I see about the same. So I always try to go back and respond. So if you guys are watching this and you don't see the comments or don't see us respond to your comment, we will get back to you when we're done. Obviously, it's just not popping up. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is Music and Mayhem.
Yes, it is. And you know what? Starts with the music. So let's start with the music.
I got you.
Every time, man, every time I go to social media, there you are. Mm-hmm. And it's either, going over the places you just, your tour dates, and you're here, you're there. You and Kayla are all over the place. If it's not, doing your shows, speaking engagements. I mean, you're doing guest speaking at so many different places and helping in so many different ways. I mean, your schedule is crazy. And then all of a sudden, bam, another new song. bam, another new song. And it's just like, you are
We
just
working on
tearing
it.
it up, man. We're proud of you, brother.
Thank you so much. I was just see a little air of lungs waiting to get up. Been rapping all day. But check it out. So yes, brand new song dropping next Wednesday, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But I got another song done after that, and then I was working on some today. I really, really, really like. Um, I don't know. I've been trying to like kind of step out my comfort zone, and it's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been trying to push the creative limits. It's crazy because like I know if I start to do something and I hear something right, and I'm like, oh, that actually sounds good. Um, I know if I keep trying to do what I'm trying to do, it's only gonna get better, right? So you gotta that repetition, that practice, that doing things over and over and over again, and then eventually you become great at it. So I'm really excited because I've really been pushing the boundaries and style with my music. So I'm stoked. I don't know. I This is the first time I've went this many days without a nap. I've been about today
Oh
will be day
no.
4 without a nap. I nap
Oh.
every single day religiously. It is what I do. I need my power nap. I have the battery of a bulldog, right? Um, and what I mean by that, Cakes is tearing things up for about an hour, then she's out for like 4.
Oh, yeah.
That's about my life battery, right? But yeah, music. I got a brand new song called Control coming out next Wednesday on the 23rd. So we are technically 7-day countdown. But if you are like me, I guess you could say 6 days and a wake up. So here we
Oh,
are.
I tell you, and it's just like that too, man. Talk in the past when I would say stuff like that, it was because I was on a freaking bender, pardon my ass off. I
Yeah.
mean, there were times, man, I'd be out and it's just like,
What day is it?
sleep. What's sleep? And now though, it's kind of the same thing, but it's not because of my very eventful past that I had. It's because of doing all this. I mean, just catching up with things and events coming up and traveling from here to there and everything else. So it's all these positive things. But there's times, man, it's just I'm sitting there and in the middle of like a conversation, I'm just like, just like the one time OG was telling you, we were doing a show with Fan, and
Yeah.
I had about 10 minutes before the guest came on. I was just done. And I got here, we got the studio set up, everything was set. We just had to wait for her to come on, and it was like 10 minutes. And I'm like, I'm just, she goes, you got 10 minutes, man, take a nap. And I was sitting right here. I was just like this.
And he did.
And I was out. All of a sudden I hear, get up, you're on. And I was like this. And I saw the time, and I hit live. It was like, welcome to Bike Fighter War. We got Fan, we got Kate in the house. And just
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need is
oh
that 10
man,
minute, even when you don't fall asleep, just to rest
Mhm.
and just let
it
everything
is.
kind of lower down. It's like relaxing, right? It definitely helps. It
Oh,
truly does. I'm
it
for it.
does.
I'm for it. These last 4 days, I have been pushing myself. Like I said, it's just a personal goal. To get a lot more done. But it's been nice because everything is going good right now. The plays are up. I've been making more reels, more social media content. Merch sales have been up for the last 4 days. Everything has kind of been up, right? And I'm making a bunch of music. I'm working on my
Yes, you
third
are.
song in like 4 days. So I'm super excited. Like I'm
Nice.
really, it's been crazy. I've been getting up at like not too early, like 8 a.m., right? And then I'm just on it. And I'm working till probably 8 or 9 p.m. I do take breaks every once in a while. It's not like I'm working no break. I'm eating, make sure pound cake gets outside, play for 15, 20 minutes, come back in,
Yeah.
feed her, things like that. So it's not like I'm working nonstop, but like grinded. And I have noticed the difference the last 4 days. It's been nice. It's been nice because I just been so exhausted, and tour's been over, and it's just like you just feel down. But I'm trying not to give into the pressure to relax. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Or to make excuses because last year when tour ended, I bought a bunch of video games and I was just playing video games. And I was like, I ain't got nothing to do. We about to get all the video games. And I just played for hours and hours a day. And so, and then that kind of turned into months. And
Mm.
I'm trying to see what I can do by being productive. So fingers crossed. And plus, I know this ain't gonna last forever. We naturally burn out as humans, so I'm trying to ride the wave. If it lasts for 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, I will take it. If not, hopefully I can make it a pattern where I could at least go hard 4 days of the week.
Yep. It's just train your body and stuff. Just like
Hobbies or habits,
Yeah, our producer Matt Cronin, when we were talking and about this upcoming event we're doing in New York. We're going to be there 4 days and recording 3. And like I said, in those 3 days, we're going to be doing about 10 shows. And he's like, you're going to be just spent. And the thing is, man, you're in this positive role. I mean, you're just mindset, and it's just like, it's okay. The more tired you get, you just get that spark, because just like you with your passion in singing, and what you said, you've had this for so long. Mine is now doing shows and all that. Mine's brand new. Mine's like within the last year, and really within the last like 6 to 8 months. So this spark, it's just so energized. And it's like you said, you're so tired, but it's a good tired. It's that good tired, man, where you're just like, because positive things are coming of it, man. We're helping so many people. We're doing so many different things. So that tired feeling, it's because of positive things that we've done. Instead, in the past, when we were so damn tired, it was because of partying our asses off, and you didn't want to wake up. You're just like, oh no. Well, now if I sleep more than like 3-4 hours, like 4 hours is a lot for me, man. I'm up. It's like going over messages, going over this. So, I hear you, man. But I'm watching like some of the artists and all that. It's just like getting the timing for their songs and stuff and their tours and all that. Here you are, freaking 80-some tour dates and all that with you been going on, and your speaking engagements and all the other, benefits and stuff that you and Kayla are doing, and music in Mayhem.
It's fun though. It
is.
You live a life of chaos, man, and that's all is just wild stuff constantly, 24/7. I'm naturally a lazy person. Right? I work hard and stuff, but I'm naturally lazy. And so like I gotta remember not to fall in that mold and keep pushing the limits. And so like it keeps me going, man. I think the key is what Kayla's always been saying for these last few years. You just can't stop moving. Like during the day, right? When you're tired, you just want to
keep going.
take the break or sit down. I always notice like after I ate a big meal, I wanted to sleep. But it's just like you got to keep moving. So as soon as I'm done eating, I'm up, I'm doing dishes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, taking out the trash. And then after like 15 minutes of moving again, I'm like, all right, now what's next? Let's go.
You're good to go. It's funny, man. You said, the word you said, chaos. And it just sparked something in me, because when I did my first show with Hard Knocks, Dan and Donna, I did the first promo coming into the show. And they said, just your typical day. And one of the things for me, and this was normal for me, I said, what's normal for me is I get up, throw on my jeans, my leather, throw a 40 cal on my hip, 38 in my vest, knife in my boot, jump on my Harley to cause as much chaos as I could. And that was pretty much meant in a very negative, intense, a lot of times violent way. And it was the chaos, and it was just so exciting, that adrenaline and all that. And now it's that chaos still, that adrenaline and all that, but it's doing this positive stuff. And it's so much better, man. So much better.
I agree. It's productive, but it adds the positivity, man. It's really exciting. I'm super stoked because I felt like, I don't know, we normally try to tour during the summer because even though we have all types of garments, right? Like hoodies, joggers, tank tops, beanies, hats, everything you could think of, crop tops, like zip ups. We got a lot of stuff, right? But here's the thing. Is we're still mainly like a 90% of our sales is like hoodies, 95% of the sales. So during the summer, we still get a few crazy people, and I appreciate you crazy people for buying hoodies in the summer because you keep business afloat. But that's why we like to tour in the summer, because we offset when merch sales naturally slow down. We're able to tour to pick the money back up, right? But it's always scary though, because it's like, is it gonna pick back up? Is it going to get going? Because now shows are done, right? Because you got to imagine sales are like, we do really well, and then it goes to basically like a halt, right? There's still stuff coming in, but what it feels like is like a halt compared to what you used to.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then so when tours wrap it up, you're like, Come on, people. It's hoodie season. It's raining. You're like, yes, come on. Who need hoodies, right?
Yeah, it's
Um,
fall, man. Come on, 40 degrees. Come on.
so it's really cool, man. I admire everybody that shows support. Like,
Oh
it's
man.
wild to be an artist and have people care or like want to support the brand. I think the reason why the We to Recover does so well is because it's not just my brand, right? There's only a certain niche or group of people that will buy like concert tees or band memorabilia, artist memorabilia, right? And then like how many freaking Skyler A shirts do you want? Like, come on now, or like any artist, right? So there's that. But I think the thing about it is like the We to Recover brand, right? It's not my brand. Like, yes, Kayla
Well,
created it and it's our brand, right? But here's the thing is though, is it's for the people.
hmm
Right? That's the thing. It's for the people. It's a brand that everybody can relate to. It's a statement. And everybody has been absolutely so beautiful with that. We got Bob Ware saying perfect ending to a day of fishing for 10 hours with an evening with Skyler. Thank you, Bob. I
there
appreciate
you
you.
go.
I'm pretty sure he's up in Canada. They've been trying to get me out to Canada. I was going to come earlier this year, but I didn't have enough time. I got to figure it out next year. I know the lawyer fees to get all my record, to get like a government pardon and all that stuff like that. I think it's going to be like $4,000 or $5,000.
Oof.
But hey, Canada's a pretty place, so why not, right?
Oh god,
And
yeah.
it's so close to me. I think I'm like 6, 7 hours away from the border. So, Bob, hopefully I get to come out there next year. If not, we are working on it. Ebony said, "Are you coming to Spokane again?" I'm sure I am. I know we did one in real life. We did stuff on other tours, things like that. But we will be back next year for sure, 100%. We got Rhonda saying, "I love that. I'm proud of you, Sky." Our friend Lois, I hope to see you in Portland someday soon. I agree on that. Hoping to see you as well. We also got Katie. She said, "Little man wants you to come upstairs."
I think that
I
was
don't think
Okay,
she's
Dan,
talking
yeah,
to
for
me.
Dan.
She's talking
yeah,
to
yeah.
Danny. So,
Yeah.
get that off the section. Here we are.
King Handsome.
Bob said, "Power naps are the best. Did it
Oh
regularly.
god.
When driving tractor trailer." Hey, in the midst of my addiction, naps, the only time I took naps was when I was driving. Because no one tries to fall out, right? When you up there and you upset, like, okay, I was addicted to the drug. I was addicted to the lawless society of life, the chaos, the adrenaline, the anxiety, everything like that. I was addicted to the initial rush you get from shooting the dope, the vapors in the back of your throat, everything like that. But I was addicted to getting money. The more I flipped, the more I stacked. I was good at it. I fell in love with the hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Hey,
just
it all
wanted to flip
goes.
it and double up, flip it and double up, flip it and double up. So I never really slept much, but I did. Like, I remember there was a time period I started buying cars, right? And when I started buying cars, man, check this out. I probably wrecked like 6 of them in a matter of a couple of months. Like, there was
Oof.
times I bought a car and I wrecked it, fell asleep and wrecked it like 5 hours later, and I bought another car, then wrecked that one like 8 hours later. Like, and I just leave them, of course, they're totaled. I don't like, I just hop out, buy another car. Like, um, it got
Oh,
dangerous when I learned to flip enough and realized that I could just buy a car and just go, because then you're faster at making it to your next destination, right? And you didn't just have to have downtown. You could have runners on all throughout the city of Portland, hopping on the highway, getting here. Like, I would make
show
like,
me the money.
I am not proud, but like I've had some crazy moments, Manny. Like, I remember there, so it would take from downtown to get like Deep Gresham, usually like 45 minutes at night, 50 minutes, right? If you're doing
Mhm.
like cruising, you could probably hit like 45 on the highway. I would, ah, it's crazy to think about. I would take it like 100 miles per hour, right? 110. And the speed limit is like 65. And I'm
Oof.
cruising and there's barely no one on the road. And it was crazy because when there starts to be traffic, I would just start wiggling my steering wheel. So I start swerving and everybody would clear
Everyone.
lane and I would just go right through, right? I would make it to where I had to go. I would cut like 20 minutes off. I'd get there in like 30. I'd be back downtown before the hour was over.
Like,
Like,
get
it
the
was
hell out of my way,
insane.
man. I got drugs to sell.
Oh, it was so naps were definitely needed, Bob. Yeah. Rhonda said, "Woof woof." We appreciate you. We got a lot of people in the
You
comments,
see,
man.
you got King Handsome.
Hey, that's my boy. That's one of my
King
best friends.
Handsome. You
Uh-huh.
gotta get him
You know
up.
why we call him Whoa?
Why?
Because it stands for winning over everything.
All right.
Whoa.
I like that. There you go.
Yes,
There you
indeed.
go. That's
Yes,
awesome,
indeed.
man. You guys support and all that stuff. I mean, that's what makes it all worth it. That's we were chit chatting before about people talking about sending in stars and doing all this stuff, and of course, every little bit helps. But I know me and OG were talking, man. When I see that on the side, the comments and all the kindness, and the
Yeah.
kind words, the positivity, the support, and then you see that people are being helped, that's it. That's what makes it huge. I just saw Karen. Trouble is in the house, which means Phyllis. She just said,
Yeah.
Phyllis is waiting to hear her name. There you go, Phyllis. Phyllis is in the house along with Trouble. So I hope you guys
Yeah.
are doing good.
Hey,
But,
it really is cool to see all the support.
yeah,
It's kind of wild, right?
it
You're
is.
literally in the room talking to a
You're with us.
microphone, and people are listening.
Well, actually, they're listening from New Zealand because we got Ange now. Ange is from New Zealand. She's in here. So Ange, and she's going to be a guest on the show. She's going to be coming on My Fight Our War. I tell you what, Scott, all the stories that come on from our family are just
Amazing
incredible stories.
Yeah.
I chit-chat a little bit with Ange, and she's got a hell of a story. It's going to help a lot of people in a lot of different ways, too. So definitely looking forward to that, Ange. And
Hey, we appreciate you, Ange. Thank you for tapping in from
with
New Zealand.
New Zealand,
I'm glad you get to share your story and help a lot of people as well. Speaking of
without a
helping
doubt.
people, Manny, I know we were going to talk about expectations and holidays.
Yes,
Um, Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, you know what? That's one thing, that sometimes gets overlooked,
Yes.
is we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's coming up. And when people that are not dealing with any type of addiction, and it's not only that though, because people who are not dealing with addiction or anything like that, depression, it comes around sometimes with family dynamic and all that. Here we think of the holidays as such a happy, wonderful time, and they are.
Yeah.
But it depends on what your family situation is. It could be one of the best times of the year, and it could be one of the worst. I know working with first responder, with the police, and working with EMS. I saw a lot of that, and then I worked at St. John Hospital, and I was working ER, and I worked Christmas Eve. I worked from Christmas Eve morning all day, all night till Christmas Day morning. And me and OG were talking about her being a nurse. We saw such an influx of patients coming in that were not real traumas. They had like these phantom chest pains and all that. What it was is these people were just coming to the hospital because they were lonely. They didn't have family. They didn't have friends, stuff like that. So
That's crazy.
man. So me and Skyler were chit-chatting about this along with OG about sometimes it just gets overlooked about these holidays. And for those of us dealing with addiction, mental health issues, no matter what it may be, we got to look out for each other when it comes to the holidays and stuff like that. So, I mean, how are the holidays for you guys?
The holidays for us are pretty good. I never really had much expectations. I guess I don't know. I'm always happy for anything. I think that's been able to keep me afloat, positive. I'm always grateful for things. Yes, I do get disappointed, but you got to remember, like I was that kid who spent. So my birthday's November 28th, so it's a little after Thanksgiving. I was the one in jail. I remember one year in jail, I saved all my birthday cakes for like 2-3 weeks. Right, that little ones you get in jail, and I made me a full cake, right, because I never had money on my commissary. Like no one ever put money on my books. So it was like I had to make the cake because I had none of the goods. And so like I remember doing it and I got so sick. But I bring up that story for the simple fact that like, it doesn't take a lot to really I'm grateful for anything, right? It's been really cool these last few years. Our family, especially on my side, has been able to bond a little closer. Everybody's been kind of making an effort. So I've been able to see like my auntie, my uncle, my dad, my mom, my grandma, my grandpa, and
That's
my grandma
great,
and grandpa
man.
are split, so they both showing up. That was like, I think a couple years ago was the first time they've been in the same room for like a couple decades. So
Wow.
it's kind of a big deal.
It is.
But nowadays, the main thing that I worry about is having a good holiday with me, Cakes, and Kayla.
Exactly.
Because that's my family. That's
it
my
is.
personal family, man. It's really cool. We usually hang out, we do something. Kayla's such a great supporter. My family could kind of be a lot and kind of unorganized and kind of needy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I feel that way because they're my family, and I'm like, oh, they want this. They want. All right, let me ask Kayla. Let me see. So I feel like they might be a little needy. But what families aren't, right?
Exactly.
So Kayla's really good at making sure I see all of my family. Like I'm like, Kayla, can we do this? And I always feel like I'm like a burden for asking. And she's like, oh yeah, let's do it. And so bless her heart, she's so sweet. I mean, we go see her family too,
Sure.
Um, but the holidays are good, man. The holidays are good. Um, Last year was really special. We got a chance to do some really cool treats with Cakes. We brought her down and we had like a little trail of her favorite snacks to like her favorite, like a brand new stuffed animal. Like it, it's cute. I appreciate the
It is.
cuteness. You
And
know?
it is. And, for the holidays for me, before I got totally out of hand with my issues, is I was the one. Family to me is everything. That's everything.
Yeah.
And I was like the first one. I wanted to be the first one at the family parties and the last one to leave. I couldn't wait to be together. And it was always like that until my older years. And then when my issues with drugs and alcohol started to become an issue. And like I said, from being that guy who was the first to get there, the last to leave, I mean, I wanted to enjoy every second of the holiday with my family.
Absolutely.
Well, once, everything else started taking over my life, I still could, looking back, I'll never forget a couple of Thanksgivings, man. You call, hey, Ma, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I must have the flu or something. Can you let the family know I'm not going to be there? So there's a Thanksgiving now. Done, gone. Didn't see anyone. Christmas, and here are these holidays that meant the world to me. But at that time, man, that addiction was so strong, it took me away from the thing I loved the most, which was my family. And now, with the blessings I've been given,
Yeah.
especially, I'll still never forget, man, when they walk in my room and they said, Manny, you got less than 6 weeks to live. Say goodbye to your family. And I remember looking into my ma's eyes and my loved ones' eyes, my aunts and everyone, and saying, I love you guys. I'm sorry I have to leave you. And, I'll never forget that. And now to be blessed with being here and healthy after all that, every day is a holiday. Every day for me is Christmas. Every day,
Amen.
Talking to you, man, the people I meet that in the past it was just like, now it's just like a holiday. And it's just amazing. It really is.
It hits different, like when life gets set up and like,
Mm.
people show up and you have you're looking at life through a different lens, It really makes you see the value of things. As a kid, I absolutely loved it, but I think it was more from like a selfish standpoint because the holidays meant
Yes.
gifts. You know what I'm saying? It
Exactly. It's
meant
like, what
money,
did
it
they
meant
give me?
video games, it meant so as a kid, you're like, what do you mean grandpa's not coming by?
Yeah,
Like
man.
what? And inside you're like, so I'm just not getting my $100?
That
You know?
envelope. That envelope. You know what? Real quick here, man. I just want to jump in because I just saw where to go. Lois, where to go. By the way, we finally made it to 5 months sobriety, Skyler.
Yay.
Lois, just to throw that in there. You see that? Is it on?
I
Can
do.
you
I
see
put
it
it
on
on the
yours?
screen right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was just awesome, man. So that's another holiday right there, man. These are all
Congratulations,
anniversaries and stuff.
Lois.
Fantastic, man.
I've known you for years. I'm absolutely proud of you. I know recovery isn't the easiest. I know that just like many other people, you had a few struggles, right? But you are here and you are on month 5. So value that, cherish
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I know you probably got a long way to go, just like myself, right? But
Mhm.
don't forget to turn around and see how far you have come because we all know how many times we didn't make it to 5 months. So I'm super proud of you, extremely grateful. I'll send you a message when we get off, letting you know I love you. Keep
That's
up the hard
awesome, man.
work.
Aw.
Seriously.
And that's the thing too, man. Couple things you just said kind of sparked something in my mind when the 5 month thing. It doesn't matter if it's 5 months, if it's 5 days, if it's 5 years, if it's 50 years.
Yeah.
Each one of these amazing dates that we celebrate of sobriety is such a blessing, man. Because I remember saying one time, I just got out of the hospital. It was like a month after I got out. And I was talking with a family member, a friend of theirs who was sober for like 30 years. And I was talking to him, and I remember saying, how long have you been sober again? And it was like 30 years. And I was just like, man. And then he goes, how about you? And I'll never forget. I just went, a month, kind of like that. And then I'll never forget. He goes, why'd you say it like that? And I'm like, oh, man, it's only a month, man. You 30. He goes, how's that month feel to you? I goes, fucking great. Yeah. He goes, when's the last time you were sober for a month? I'm like, I can't remember. So it doesn't matter. Don't ever sell yourself short on your accomplishments.
Don't ever sell yourself.
Man,
I get it. I get it. Like compared, like a month compared to 30 years, like obviously that's 12 months in a year times that by 30. So you know what I'm saying? Like I get it in a concept like that, but you got to understand, like being sober is being sober, and you will get to those 30 years. So like, cherish that. Hold on to that. And speaking of days, we got Christopher Harrington, a good buddy of mine out there in Washington. 2 years on November 6th.
Congratulations, Christopher. That's awesome, man. And,
absolutely, man. He's a good friend of mine. He shows up and shows out. Like he was there when we opened up for Kevin Gates, Spokane Arena. It was really cool because we had a group of friends, right? We had people traveling like 5 hours, 10 hours for that concert all over like the West Coast, right? And to see me rock the arena with one of my favorite artists, right? And so we're there, but we did a thing in the morning. We got together with everybody and we went out to breakfast with everybody. And I will always cherish that. We were like 20 deep at this breakfast spot, biggest day of my life. Like, and he was one of the people that were there. So thank you, Chris.
That's awesome.
I appreciate you, man. Still got to stop out there in Washington to your restaurant. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
That is so cool. I just happened to look up, and there's my cousin Tony from Arizona is in the house. Cousin Tony. We got this. Amanda's going strong there again. And Lori is in the house. Lori Messina, and along with, I don't see Boston, but from Athens, Alabama. And we are going to be heading to, actually, it's already set up. They have a huge event going on in Athens, Alabama in June. I think it's June 5th.
Huge event, 6th. Huge burgers.
Yeah, we're going. We're going to be there. We're been very honored to be a speaker. So I'm going to be going there.
June 6th.
Yeah, June 6th and 7th, or 5th and 6th, something like that. So we'll be seeing Lori and Boston 2%. And
6th and 7th.
6th and 7th, June 6th and 7th. And we're already looking forward to it. So it's going to be a great time. But you know what? Just seeing these people pop up again, that's just people, man. And not like for me, these are, even though a lot of these, the names on here that are ones that I don't personally know, that a lot of them are following you, just being on here and seeing your response, seeing some of their comments, you can just feel the love and support and motivation. And that's exactly what My Fight Our War is about. That's exactly what with Music and Mayhem that we do to share this stuff. And, going back to, this is a shout out to everyone who's listening right now. Me and Skyler were just chatting about the holidays and how it's, what suggestions do you guys have out there for people? Because I know I've talked to some people that they're actually afraid to go to some of the events. They're afraid to go to some of the Christmas parties, especially New Year's, a huge one. People are afraid, and they're hitting these different comments from people. There's like, well, you shouldn't go because of this. You should go because of that element. And this is my personal opinion. For me, the element's not the problem. I was the problem. Yeah. And for me, I'm going to do whatever I can as long as I am in control of the situation. And if that means me going to these parties, I still go to the bars, and I still go to the casinos. I still go out with my biker buddies and do all this shit. It's just up to me to take care of me. Yeah. And but as far as you guys, with the holidays coming up, and a lot of you are, maybe in the same situation. If anybody has any suggestions for people that might be having a hard time, might be concerned about triggers, might be concerned about not going. Should I go to the family? Should I not go to the family parties? So if any of you guys have any suggestions, comments, concerns, man, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, we got a few. Lois says reach out no matter what. That's a very good one.
Yes.
There's people that love you. It don't matter what's going on. Make sure you reach out. Christopher Harrington said for the holidays, believe in your recovery and talk to your sponsor and have strength and believe in your higher power.
There you go.
I like
Christopher,
that. You kind of
I
touched on
love that.
everything right there, Chris. I think you're absolutely right, guys. If you guys are heading out for the holidays, don't be afraid to go have some fun.
No.
Just remember, believe in your recovery. You obviously know your limits. You obviously know what triggers you, things like that. Just be confident and understand that, like, a lot of people think, like, oh, I can't go to this event. Some people may be drinking or things like that, right? What am I supposed to do? But remember
Yep.
that you can enjoy someone's company without getting
Mhm,
loaded.
mhm.
You
Yep.
do it every single day that you're sober.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
just remember that. Don't sell yourself short. Obviously, if you're not feeling strong in your recovery, I'm not telling you to go. Like, let's just put that
Exactly.
out there. If you're not feeling strong and you're like, if I go out, I'm going to have a drink, then
Then
don't
don't
do it.
go.
Okay.
Don't go.
But that's where it
E-
comes in to talk to your sponsor, have strength, and believe in your higher power, right? That's super
Exactly.
important. We got Ange here. Just
I
be you
just
and
saw it.
remember who you are.
Mhm.
Yes. You
That
have
is
to,
right.
first and foremost, man, and everything that I say out there is not telling you anything to do anything. Everything that I say is more of just opinions and
Suggestion.
suggestions of things that have helped me that I'm throwing out there. I'm never going to sit
Yeah.
there and say, you need to never go to a place where they're serving alcohol. Or never, if there's or if there's these people there that there's always things that are going to make us think of different things.
Absolutely.
But don't ever underestimate how strong you are.
Mhm.
But like Skyler said, if you feel, you, like Ann said, you be you. And that's what the important thing of this is. Know your limits, man. And it sounds crazy coming from us, but
Yeah.
you have to. And don't sell yourself short. We
Can't.
are such amazing people dealing with addiction, people where we are in recovery should be so proud of yourself. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. All these accomplishments, all of these sobriety dates are from hard work, believe in yourself, believe in the higher power, and what made it believing in yourself. You guys,
Yeah.
all of us are worth it, man. And that's what it comes down to. And again, reach out. Reach
Definitely
out. This
reach out.
put the egos away.
Definitely reach out. We got Dan in the comments. He said, I'm always here if anybody may want to chat. I may not have all the answers, but I have two ears to listen and try to help. So add Dan if you ever want like
Man,
somebody to listen to, or, if you just want a friend. Like, Dan's great people, amazing people. I vouch for Dan
no,
harder than a
without a
lot of
doubt.
people. So Dan came save the day when no one expected
I
him
was
to, and he came doing it asking for
Mhm.
nothing. Okay.
exactly.
um, King Handsome said in New Orleans, I love how you just told the lady, no, thank you. I was in recovery. That was brave. Yeah, we were in New Orleans, me around this time last year. Ended a tour last year in Atlanta, Georgia. And then we went out to New Orleans for like 5, 6 days. Um, it was fun. It was fun. We were out there. So look, I have friends from all walks of life, right? I have friends that do their thing. I have friends that smoke. I have friends that drink, you know. But like, we were out and people were drinking. I was with my buddy Whoa, Jazz, Kayla. Kayla's not in recovery. She's an ally to those in recovery. So every
Mhm.
once in a while, like, she will have a drink at like a dinner, or like, she's the type to have a cider with her dinner.
Mhm.
That's her, right? But it's cool because like Whoa was saying, we were walking down Bourbon Street, everybody's partying, and I was just able to enjoy myself, right? And so people like, hey, you want some of this, or hey, you want drinks, or people trying to offer. Have you ever been down Bourbon Street, New Orleans?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I haven't.
So there's all types of craziness, like ladies trying to, like,
Sure.
they'll literally try to pour like
Yes.
drinks down your mouth. They got it in your mouth. They're trying to grab you and like dump it in your mouth from their mouth. All
Yep.
types of weird stuff, right? And it's just like, no, 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 I'm good. I'm good. Right. But it's like, I'm okay. I'm really excited because I'm at a point in my recovery. Um, where I trust myself enough, right? I can go have fun. And honestly, it's a lot of fun being the sober one. It
It
is.
is.
It is so much fun. I'm on point. Like, I'm able to crack all these jokes that no one gets because my brain's firing off, right? I'm just like, yeah. But you also get a chance to look out for your friends as well. So I absolutely love it. You guys give life a chance. Give life a chance.
Mhm.
It's
Lois,
scary.
there's so
You
many
know,
good comments in here.
Yes,
Lois said,
yes.
"Don't be afraid to pick up the phone." That goes out to reaching out to those who may not hear from you, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
and another thing, Scott, I want to just jump about that is, and another thing like Dan reaching out. I've had talked to some people in the past that were like, bring up somebody as far as, hey man, have you checked on so and so or how they doing? Oh, they're good. Or have you talked to them? Well, no, but they got a big family. He's got lots of friends, and he's good. Well, if you talk to him, well, no, just because someone has a big family, just because they have seemingly a lot of friends around them, doesn't mean they have family and friends around
Look
them.
at Robin
You can be,
Williams,
you can be
Mhm.
surrounded by people and be totally alone.
Lonely.
So
totally
if you
alone.
got a feeling that someone needs help, if you got that feeling, the chances are they need help. So please, it takes a second. Reach
Takes a
out.
second.
My brother Jerry, who ended up dying in my arms. I crawled into his hospital bed. He died in my arms. I've known him since fourth grade, and at 41 years old, he died in my arms. And it was another friend of mine called and said, "Have you seen Jerry?" And I go, our schedules are so crazy. I said, "No, I haven't seen him in a couple months because of shit." He goes, "We better get over there." By the time I got there, and the crazy thing is he was as yellow as a banana, went total organ failure. After getting him to the hospital, he died within less than 2 weeks
Mm.
from kidneys, pancreas, and liver. Exact same thing that happened to me 5 years ago. And here I am still alive. And here, all this was going on with Jerry, my best friend, my brother. And I didn't know to the extreme at the end, reach out. It's okay. Put the egos aside. Have faith in your family and friends. And the biggest thing too is we know, don't judge. No matter what you may hear. And when someone does reach out to you, don't slam your beliefs down their throat.
No
Like,
judgment.
who was it? Christopher or Danny? You know what? They're like, well, what can I do to help? You don't have to have all the answers. All you have to do is be there, support, listen.
Yes.
Just so you don't even, sometimes you don't have to say a word.
Mhm.
Just be there to listen, man.
Absolutely. I agree. That's so huge. Like I I'm the last person to judge, right? Well, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
say that. I could be very judgmental, right? But I'm the last person to vocalize my judgment. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, right?
I
Obviously, I'm judgmental, but I will never put somebody down or judge them or make them feel weird for their decisions or lifestyle, if that makes sense, right? Just because, like, I know me, like, I know how hard it is to quit to stop. I find, recovery pretty easy for me nowadays, but I know trying to stop or get a day clean or when I tell myself I'm not going to use it was always one last time, one last time, one last time. So when people tell me they're trying to get clean or going to get clean and that day comes like, "Oh, Tuesday I'll get clean." And then they don't, like I'm not there like, "Oh, like you're a piece of crap, like you should have got it together." Da, da, da. I'm just
no,
like, "I hear you. Just know you're loved. If there's anything I can do
exactly.
for you, let
Mhm.
me know."
Mhm.
Because like a lot like you said, people just like that's why Dan said something so good. Like he may not have the answers, but he has two ears to listen. People just
Exactly.
want to be heard a lot of times.
And Christopher, I'm just reading his. It says, "I'm so glad I got the opportunity to hear this live. My higher power is working. Thank you both. I've been in plenty of meetings, but this is what I needed today."
Yeah,
You know
okay.
what? And thank you for writing that, because you know what? We're not inventing the wheel here, man. But what we're
Yeah.
doing is adding things to the arsenal. You know what? Some people, like, for me, I could never go to AA just because that wasn't for me. I was very uncomfortable in that type of situation because it wasn't for me. Not that, I mean, God bless any organization that's helping. I will stand by you 100% and support you. But it's okay to reach out to other opportunities. It's just like Christopher said. Here he's gone to all these meetings, but it could take one meeting, one show, one comment. And that's why I tell people all the time, please come on My Fight Our War. And if you want to share your story, because your words could save someone's life by hearing something that you say, Skyler, or I say,
It's
or
seeds
OG,
too.
it just grows. And by not judging and being there, man. So that's why this is such, between, having you as a guest on My Fight Our War started this.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, real quick recap. I was following Skyler and I saw what he was doing, and I paid a little more attention, a little more, and I reached out. I'm like, listen, I'd love to have you on as a guest. And bam, he responded, yes. And it was about 2 hours before showtime. I was going through his page and doing a lot more research and stuff. The more I saw, OG was there. I'm walking around, just like kept showing her the phone. I'm like, look what they're doing. I go, I tell you, this is going to be amazing. I just had a feeling. And then we did the show, blew up. It was great, had an awesome time. And afterwards, we're like, we're going to continue this, and became family, brothers. Now Music and Mayhem, just from that conversation. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course. That's what it's about, man. And, I'm grateful we got a chance to meet. I'm so excited we got this little show that I don't mean little show. We got this show. It's not little.
Yeah.
I always say little, but you know what? I'm going to go back and correct it because it's not little. It is only grown, and we have only just started. So we got this show, and I'm grateful. But like, to touch on what you said about the seeds, you don't know, like, I get so many messages a day about people that I have inspired or helped them get sober, people who are going through things. My inbox is always a safe zone. I will never, ever, ever repeat anything. If it's personal, I will never make anybody feel weird or run and go spill the tea to someone else. That is something I don't do. Like, you know how many times I see drama and I want to hop into stuff, and I got to remember that I can't do that no matter what, because not only my brand, right? But on top of that, I created a safe zone where people feel safe.
Exactly.
And that's not my business, right? So I always try to protect that. On top of that, you don't know what seeds. Like, you could be in a meeting and someone could say something and it may not click right then and there, but then you give it some times and you're like, oh, that's what Manny was talking about. Or, oh my God, this makes sense. I heard Manny talking about this, or I heard Jim talking about this in a meeting. Damn. I'm
And
not
it
the
just
only one.
clicks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I should do what he did.
And the thing is too, then that's the good thing with us is by what we're saying. Me is doing a host as a podcast. My stories, our stories as a family, collectively, all of our different stories, and then you with your stories and your music. So it's like we're hitting them with everything. So there's going to be something for everyone out there. And like you said, it may not be at that moment. Remember that message I got? I got a message from this amazing woman, and it said, "Listen, Manny, I'm reaching out because I watched one of your shows, and I watched it over and over because there was something there." And she goes, "I just want to let you know that you have no idea, but you saved my life." She was going to kill herself, and she watched the show, and something, she didn't get into detail what I said or what was said. But she said she watched it again, and something that, even though she saw it a few times, clicked, just like you said, Skyler. And all of a sudden, I'm reading this. She said, she was about to kill herself, and it was just like.
And she has a daughter.
She had a daughter,
and
and then her daughter chimed in and said, "You saved my mother's life." And I lost it. I lost it.
You don't know who you're affecting or who's watching, right? And that's the crazy thing about it, and that's what I try to tell people. Like, your actions. I always tell people to lead by example. That's important, right? Like, especially like if you're trying to get people sober and like change their life, like, you can't do that. Like, it's literally impossible. That's one of the most heartbreaking and infuriating things, is that you can't change nobody, right? They have to change themselves. And that's why they say, like, until a person is ready, that's when the change will happen. And so it sucks because you're so powerless, and you're like, why can't you get sober? Or like, you know, um, like, I wish I can do it for him. I would do it for him. But here's the thing: you can't. All you can do is lead by example, and that's what I try to tell people. It sucks. It's slow game, slow ball. But you know what I'm saying? You got to lead by example, because also, not just like if you're trying to particularly help somebody, but it's like, you don't know how your actions might save somebody's life. And not just a figure of speech. You are literally saying your actions save this lady's life.
That was
right?
amazing.
Right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
That was
there's literally
incredible.
not just a figure of speech. your actions could save somebody's life. So I challenge you guys to keep leading by example. When things get hard, man,
There's no better
sometimes you just got to
feeling.
keep marching. When the weight becomes too unbearable to hold, to walk, you know what I'm saying, to finish the race, it feels like, take it step by step. In the recovery world, they say take it moment by moment, second by
Moment by
Mhm.
second.
moment.
It's the same thing. You may not feel like you have it in you to finish this 10-mile race, but I guarantee you could do one more step.
Exactly, man. And like I say, I always say, don't sell yourself short. We all get those moments, man. It's life. People without addiction have those shitty days.
Mhm.
But if any advice, man, is when you do have those days and
Yeah.
you start to beat yourself up, just stop for a second, take a breath, and then just kind of do a recap. Say, listen,
Yeah.
man, okay, where was I a week ago? Where was I 5 years ago? What shape I was in there. I mean, it's not going to make your problem at the moment go away, but it will help you kind of regain the self assurance of yourself. It's like, listen, man, I did that. And you know what? We all get help along the way, whether it's social media,
Yeah.
outlet like this, in person, whatever it is, we all get help. But the bottom line is we did it. Take pride in saying, you know what, I did this. You got help. Yeah, I did. But I'm the one that took that first step. I'm the one that reached out. And then after that, don't forget the others that are needing help. Reach that hand down, reach that hand behind you, and bring
Yeah.
someone else along, man. It's just sharing.
Bro, it feels so good to be able to get back and be able to help. I'm telling you, like, the
Yes.
fact that I do music for a living and the fact that I get a chance to help people along the way, like, that's an insane combo. Like, I'm so blessed, so blessed to be able to do that. Like, that is crazy to be able to help people and, like, be something positive to inspire them to want to change their life, but also do music and it's like hand in hand. Like, I show up, I do one thing, and you get both. I'm like, it's kind of crazy, you
Woo!
know. And you're doing the same thing with your podcast. Like, you're helping people, but you're just doing a podcast. You're just being you.
Win-win.
Yeah,
I
and the
see you
thing
pointing
is,
over there. What did you
well,
guys
no,
just have a
that's because
conversation about
what you
this?
just said, no, about helping people and your music, you're doing them both. As someone here, let's pop around and what do you call that?
That's a win-win.
That's a win-win.
I love
And
win-wins.
that's just it. Here he
Let's
is doing his
go.
music, he's doing all that, and it's not like he's Skyler's being Skyler,
Yeah.
and it's a win-win because he's getting his message out there and his music. So it's that 1-2 punch, man, which is you and Kayla, but it's also you and your story and your music, and
An inspiration.
and the thing that's so cool as far as, I mean, obviously I don't have the music, but our stories, like I'll never forget when I started to share my story. I'm thinking, same thing like a lot of people. Like, no one's gonna want to hear this. I remember the first time, telling it to Dan and Donna and Hard Knocks. The response was just like people were like, "Holy!" I mean, and for me, it was just like, it's just a story. I
It's just
didn't
me.
realize how powerful that story was.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, gee," as a nurse, she's like, your organs all stop functioning. She goes, your pancreas, kidneys, liver stop. She goes, they don't start up again. There's no
We
jump
bury
start.
people like that.
And then she goes, hospice took over your care.
Yeah.
People don't come back from that. And for me, it's just like it was Tuesday. Yeah. Just like when I had all that shit in the past with the shootings and stabbings, it was like that was normal for me. So telling the story, but man, it's just such a like I said, with you and your music and with Kayla and your positivity and all that, and then your story too, because you do a lot of before your shows, you do
Talk.
like a warm up talk or not,
Speaking,
but
engaging.
just speaking.
Yeah.
So you're
I speak for
engaging.
like an hour. I speak for like an hour,
That's what I mean, man.
and I tell my story from start to beginning. I kind of, start out with like what I'm doing because it's cool stuff, but also it inspires them and gets them to listen because they're like, "Oh, this guy's really out here. He's like getting stuff done." And then you take them
Yes.
back all the way to like I always start my story at 9 years old, and I take you through all my stuff, and I take you through all my problems, and like each story, like big events in my life, it always correlates back to and revolves around the problem that started at a young age, but because I never dealt with those issues, they keep coming back. The need to be wanted, the need to be accepted, the need to be loved. They all have a reoccurring theme, right? And so like I always tell that, and at the end, it's like it's really cool. And then I get a chance to perform my songs, which have stories in them. I tell stories
Yeah.
in between. It's like a 2 hour experience, bro. But it's
I,
not to
I
toot my
cannot
own
wait.
horn, bro. But
Mhm.
it's kind of cool, and the feedback I get is amazing. And especially like this year, like my performances have got so much better and like dialed in, using my voice as an instrument on that stage and just like really getting in there. And it's like, it's dope. It's dope. And I'm
Well,
excited to see where I'll be in a few years.
I want to tell you, it's not kinda. I mean, what you are doing. I mean, and you need to blow your own horn, man.
Mhm.
I see every day. You know, I'm looking at your stuff and all that, and I'm seeing not only you and what you're doing, man, because we talk. You know, we're back and forth, so I see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But I'm watching other people and their comments and stuff. The people that you're reaching and the effects that you and Kayla are having. It's not kinda. I mean, it's huge. I mean, so just like I always tell
I
people,
try to approach every day with an open heart. You know, it's crazy because I try to approach every day like that and try to give. And I feel bad sometimes because like I'm human, and obviously,
Yes,
like,
you are.
people see me pouring out a lot of love, and I always don't feel like giving love.
no.
You know what I'm saying? I have bad moves and down days, and sometimes I'm no nonsense, and I could be kind of a butthead, you know? So I feel bad sometimes because I'm nice to like everybody, but because I spend 90% of my time with Kayla, she's always the one that gets the rough end. It's always Kayla. I'm
Oh,
never rude to anybody else besides I need to be better at sometimes on random phone calls, right? When I'm calling trying to solve a problem like technical support, I need to be better. I
no.
need to be better, right? I get frustrated and then it's like, oh, just screw me, huh? Screw me. That's not what we signed up for, you know?
Oh man. Yeah,
But
But she loves you. She's saying it in there. She loves you.
she
Yeah.
does. And you know, but I always feel bad because Kayla is the last person I want to be rude to. You know what I'm saying? But she's the one I'm rude to like more than anybody. I'm like,
But she also
make
gets
that
the
make
best of you.
sense.
She
Make
oh,
gets
that
the
make
best of you
sense.
too, though.
it's so cool, man. And the people in our lives, and I just happened to peek over to Heidi. And Heidi, you know, thank you so much,
From the
Heidi.
beginning.
Heidi has been part of my Fight or War since day one.
Yay, Heidi.
Heidi has been part of our family, and you know she is always there posting, um, helping, supporting, and
Yeah.
all that. She saw the very first show I did with Dan and Donna on Hard Knocks, and that promo um, it pretty much changed me, man, and it really helped kickstart all this.
Heidi's the
So
best.
Heidi, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and everything as well. It's just. As OG says, man, it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a win-win. Life is beautiful. Life is grand. Like it I'm so blessed, bro.
I can't wait
I,
to be at your show. Me
Yeah.
and OG were
Yeah,
talking about
absolutely.
when things start rolling again, because we were talking about
yeah.
how we're going to take this to the next level. And we were talking, I go, man, we're still not sure how or what,
Or when.
but just to be there
When you
and
need it.
just to be involved in it in person, I cannot freaking wait.
It's gonna be so
Oh,
much
yeah.
fun. It's gonna be so much fun, man. I can't wait to
Mm-hmm.
see you guys. You guys are family. Um, you know, we'll have to figure something out. I know like I don't even know what's happening next year, but we'll figure something out.
Well,
That's not a problem at all. Like you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no,
We'll
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. And
it's
it's
gonna
like with
happen.
you doing your thing, like
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're I wouldn't be surprised if we popped up a few times on each of I pop up on you, you pop up on me. Like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Life is writing itself, man. Every single day is a new opportunity. Last 4 days, I feel like it's a breath of fresh air, man. I felt inspired, and I'm just like, damn. I'm moving right now. I'm moving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
and
I'm
it's
getting stuff done. Like damn. Like I come home and I'm like, how was your day? And Kayla will tell me, and then I'm like, cool. I've done the laundry. I put the laundry away. I did dishes. I took out the garbages. I fed this. I played with cakes. You know what I'm saying? I got a song done. I made a few
life
sales. Like,
is
you know what I'm
good.
saying? And I'm just like, shit, I'm moving right now. I'm
Now
cooking.
moving. You know what? I just want
Let
to
them
jump on real
cook.
quick to Christopher, and this is to whoever else is not familiar with me or My Fight Our War. Christopher and anyone else that is not familiar with My Fight Our War, it's I started this January 9th, 2023, and it's for anyone and everyone dealing with any type of addiction, mental health issues, anything at all. It doesn't need a title or a diagnosis. If you're just having issues in any way, please check us out. And not only that, but this is open for all of us. We are all family. Christopher and anyone else out there, or anyone that you know, if you want to come on our show and share your story, or if you're a family member of somebody and you need questions and you want to be on the show as a guest, please reach out to OG. And we right now, that's what we're doing, and it's just snowballing. We're already scheduled out past January. Once a week we're scheduling people, and we're already out to January, and we're going to be heading out to New York the first 4 days of November, and in 3 days we're doing 10 shows. But
Let's
so Christopher
go, buddy.
and
Danny,
I mean, anyone, you are all welcome at My Fight Our War to come on as guests. You are all part of the show if you want. So I just want to throw that in there real quick, because that's how Skyler, that's how we met, and now we got our own show together.
Yes,
so
we do.
Who knows what could happen?
You never know. You never know. I'm super proud of you in the movement, man. You are continuing to break the stigma, push the boundaries and show that recovery is possible. So I'm completely proud of you, man, what you're doing.
Thanks, brother.
I'm excited for your future, bro. I'm excited for your future. Because when you tear shit up, I'm going to be like, bro, that's my boy right there.
We're going to get you in New York. We got to get you and Kayla and pound cakes into New York. Well, you got to bring pound cake, because you know what you got to do, right? You get that box, you poke the hole.
We're going to have to drive. We're going to ship it. If it fits, it's shipped.
If it fits, it's shipped.
You guys are silly.
You just put her up in there. You seal the little box, put your little signature.
By the way, Dan wants to know when Pound Cake's going to get some screen time.
Right now. I got her. I'm going to wake her up right now. She been sleeping. I'm going to wake her up right now. 1 second.
Okay.
Come here, mamas. Come here, mama.
Nap.
So that's what would happen if I woke up Susie right now.
Absolutely.
Come here, mamas. Come on. Hey, they want to see you. Mama.
Okay.
Mama.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey,
come here,
man,
mama.
what's up, dog?
Come here.
Look at that face.
People want to say hi.
You beautiful.
Oh, man. I love it.
Hey, I love her. She's always right next to me. Like, she's the sweetest girl in the world.
That is awesome, man.
She's seriously the best. I love her. She's such a good friend to me. She's a great friend. She's always loving. She's always accepting. I leave the room and I come back and she's just jumping and doing little feet tap excitement. Like, no one ever welcomes me every single time I enter the room like that. So I love her.
Deanna, I just saw your comment and hit myself or OG Lynn on there, and we'll talk. And if it's something, it's whenever. There's no rush for any of you. When you're ready, we're not going anywhere. We're just growing, getting bigger, and sharing stories. So, to Deanna, Dan, Christopher, welcome to the family.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Welcome to the family, man. Get on there and share your guys' story like we talked about.
Yeah.
You never know who you're inspiring. Seriously, like it could change lives, man. And I appreciate you opening up the opportunity for everybody. It's a big deal. There's not many people that have outlets that are willing to share their space, their platform, their story. And I think that's what makes My Fight Our War so powerful, right?
See, and that's
we're starting Monday.
What?
We're starting Monday. The first one's
the first show
Monday.
that we're going to run. And one reason too, Skyler, is I had a few people reach out and they wanted to come on the show, and they started telling me that they reached out to a couple other different platforms, and the people were like, heard the story, and they're like, no, we don't really think that would be good. And to each their own. I mean, that's fine. I don't know what their situation was, but my feeling is we all have a voice, and all of our voices need to be heard. And so that's it. I mean, that's it. We're family, man. That's bottom line. We're family. Well, here on our tagline, it says "My
Hey,
Fight Our War," but underneath it says "Join our pack. You'll never be alone."
There
I
you
like
go.
that. I like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
join our
That's
pack.
that's
You'll
like
never
the
be
that's like the
alone.
we to recover. You know, it's not just
Yeah,
clothing; it's a lifestyle, right?
yeah, yeah.
I think it's really cool, man, because like you know, people do have inspiring stories, and the fact that you give them a chance or give them a platform, that's exciting because I know a lot of people don't really do that. So, but you also, I think, you embrace and understand, not embrace, but you understand and see the value of people hopping on, right? There's quite a bit of people like I see. Like this right here just says 11. I seen it hit all the way up to 17. But on
Mhm.
Yep,
top of that, like it's not counting everybody. I know it's not because we have different platforms, and like I said, not all the
exactly.
comments register. So there's so many people that are watching and showing love and showing support. Like, and without you guys, we don't have a platform. I'm just an artist that's singing into the mic to himself. So like, you guys give me that voice. You guys are my
Mhm.
microphone. You guys are my megaphone to amplify it. Like you seriously, like you guys are the reason that we have this. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm never too good, man. Like I'm at
Mm.
shows. I don't like hanging out in green rooms. I like to be out there with the crowd, working the merch table. I like to meet people. I like to be popping outside, taking photos, autographs, whatever. Like that's what I live for. Like because like these people are actually caring what I do, and that means something. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
without everybody, there would be, like you said, the same thing with us. Without this amazing family, there would be no Might Fight Our War. Might Fight Our War is our family. I've said from day one, this has got nothing to do with I and me. This has everything to do with us and we.
absolutely.
That's what our family is. And that's just, yeah. This was cool, man. I tell you what, man. Every show, every comment, every person that comes on here, all our stories, like I've said, need to be heard, and they
Yes, they
will
do.
be. And we're hitting them with so many different ways. Like
Yes.
with you and Kayla, with your story, with your music, with our stories, with all of our family stories. As OG says, man, it's a win-win, brother. And
It's
you
a
got Pound
win-win.
Cake.
It's a win-win. It really is.
Mhm.
Chris said that wedding you performed at was wild and we stayed clean. Yes, we did. We celebrated love. We celebrated a wedding. Me and Kayla, we get one of our mutual friends got married and they booked us. We get booked to perform Heartbeat. Have you ever heard that, Manny?
No,
Mm-mm.
Oh, you ever heard
well,
Heartbeat? We
Nope.
get booked for at weddings for that song, and we perform it as people are coming down the
I
aisle to
can't.
get
How
married.
did we not hear that one?
I don't
I
know.
can feel
We
your
got them all.
heartbeat, picture a car seat. Lately living sober. This is my third try at life. I'm afraid of starting over. Now I'm just being honest. On a broken road of broken dreams. I'm afraid to break a promise. Look, I know I want you. I'm just being realistic. Judging by my history and looking at statistics. It's funny because in a way you're a drug and I'm addicted. What you know about that? There's a lot more to it, right? But that's a part of it, right? And it's really cool because like the video, we filmed Kayla's part in Laguna Beach because it's beautiful like her, right? And then we filmed my scene at the Grand Canyon in Arizona next to the edge because being an addict, you feel like
You're
you're always
on
on
the
the edge,
edge.
right?
Yes,
And so the
yes.
whole thing is, about trusting somebody because it's scary loving somebody when you only started loving yourself, right?
So true.
So that's check it out, man. I didn't want to spill
Oh,
the whole verse. I didn't want to spill the whole verse because I forgot the other half on the spot. But here we are. Go check it out. It is Heartbeat.
oh.
Um,
That,
so it's a beautiful. It's an older one, but everybody loves it, and it's crazy because that song. So I'm such a private writer. I usually take forever on songs or verses. I'm usually do so many takes to try to get it right. Um, but with that song, Kayla came up with like the concept, and I wrote that verse within like 10 minutes, right? And I laid it down and I knocked it out so fast. It was insane. It was the only times that I could remember in recent history that I wrote a verse, knocked it out, and it was done in like 20 minutes, right? And not only that, but I wrote it with Kayla in the room. I always write by myself. And so I wrote it with Kayla in the room, like she did this thing, and I was like, cool, let me write this. And I was just like, damn. I'm like, I wonder if this is corny because it's just coming so fast, you know? And
It's meant
I
to
knocked it
be.
out, and everybody. It's probably our most loved song. It's not the most with the most views, but it's absolutely the most loved song. Everybody says "Heartbeat's" their favorite. It is crazy
Heartbeat.
the way it happened. It came so natural and so organic, and like we perform it at weddings.
It was meant to
Crazy
be,
people
brother.
on their most important day. They're like, "We want to pay you and Kayla to perform as we walk down the aisle."
Wow.
Like insane, insane.
Well,
Here we
that's
are.
the effect. No, that's what I mean, brother. That's the effect that they have on people's lives, and it doesn't get any better than that.
That's beautiful.
That
Yeah.
is awesome, man. That is freaking awesome. Thank you for sharing that, and
Of
for the
course.
little sharing a few verses of that too.
Yeah.
You just got part of a concert here, man.
Hey, it's off season, baby. Tour's over. Let me give my
Tour's
brain a rest. I'll have it down by next tour season. I got you guys.
My
I'm in
next show.
rest mode.
And that's another thing too, man. Since I just said next show, our shows are usually Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern time.
You know
And
what's crazy?
I screwed up yesterday, huh?
It's that's our set time, right? But this
Yeah.
might be the first time we've ever done in 5
That's right.
episodes on Wednesday at 7:30.
I got pushed it Wednesday, 7:30. Last time it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then here I was pushing it yesterday. I said, listen, man, instead of Wednesday, I got something going on. We're gonna do it Thursday. Last night, I'm reaching out and I'm like, wait a minute, it's the wrong week. So I reached out to Skyler, I'm like, yeah, we're still on for tomorrow. It's next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, it's gonna be on Thursday. So, and I will shoot the promo out for that. And unless something changes again. And hey, I'm Manny.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Go with the flow.
Oh man. I tell you, man. Brother,
We got this, man. We got this. Hey, it's gonna be great. This is episode 5 wrapped up in the books, Manny. I appreciate you so much, man. Do we have any other subjects we want to touch on before we wrap this? Or I'm cool to keep going. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me.
Let's see, Rhonda Lee wants you to come to Chicago, brother.
It's pretty close to Detroit, so we might have to do like a little
We're
Detroit,
to do a little
Chicago, you know?
Detroit combo. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that too. But
oh yeah,
no, we definitely got so much more to do. But we are gonna have to wind this episode up for tonight.
Yes.
And again, thank all of you, man, for your comments and all that. And don't forget to poke the holes in the box.
Yes.
It ships.
Oh God, I love that.
But seriously, man, thank you guys so much for being part of Music and Mayhem. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Hopefully something was said and reached everybody. And again, if anybody that's watching, or if you know anybody, and if any of you want to come on My Fight or War as a guest, or if you've got a friend or a family member that you think would benefit from coming on, please reach out to OG.
Message me your email.
You message the email, and then we will get back to you, and you will come on the show. We will get your
And
voice.
I don't know where you guys are watching from. If you guys are seeing this and your comments are not popping up, if you want to come on the show, drop a comment. I will go ahead and tag Manny in it. So it will be seen. I know this is live from a lot of different pages. After this, I'm about to take this video and run it through my Instagram as well.
Another thing we forgot is I always forget.
Well, Instagram's crazy.
Or to YouTube, our YouTube channel, which is Manny Vitale, My Fight Our War. So if you guys could please go to YouTube and subscribe to us over at Manny Vitale, My Fight Our War. And
doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost a penny.
And it's a win-win.
And it's going to be, everything's going to be getting revamped with our producer, Matt Cronin. So if please do that, check us out and subscribe. Definitely appreciate it. So other than that, man, I love you, brother. You got anything before we head out?
Nah, just remember, guys, stay safe, keep being brave. You never know who's watching, so keep inspiring the masses, okay?
That's right.
Sound damn good. Well, I love you, man, and we will be chit-chatting soon. And don't forget, next week, Thursday, until I switch it again. So, all right, brother, I love you. We'll be chatting soon.
All right, love you too.
And there you have it. Well, that was I tell you, every show is just gets
Better and better.
You know, and you know, the people that the responses, the comments, everything like that. Thank you guys so much. You know, it's so appreciated. And we are going to be going through, we're going to be hitting you up. We are going to be getting back to you. But please, if about My Firewall coming on, if this is something that you guys, you're welcome. Please come share your story if you want, and hit OG up, and we will get back to you.
Mhm.
So you guys have a great night. Love you guys, and as always, man, keep fighting the good fight.